The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa, the home of the Buccaneers. About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Tampa. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Oh my God.
And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now our run with the rookie out of Oregon. And that's the way you want to run on 1st down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. That is taken in by the veteran, Mike Evans. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here's 1st and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. It's Irving. And he's going to have a Bucs 1st down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They go play action with Mayfield. That's Otten open downfield.
Wow.
He'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. To the end zone, it's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shire.
Let's
So you find
go.
yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
And now now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud.
Oh my God, dude.
And that will wind up incomplete. Triple zeros on the clock. The first quarter has come to an end. Third and 9. From the gun, here's Stroud. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
Fuck.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big
Fuck.
shot to make sure this return didn't even get started. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Going up top for Evans.
What?
That's caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark the
Wow.
goal line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays.
Wow.
And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On play action, Mayfield. And he'll take it on in. So deep. Touchdown, Tampa.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Oh.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Stroud going to set up the throw. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
Oh my God, dude.
He throws and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I'm getting cooked. Yep.
Now, Stroud going up top. That is caught. And he will take this one in. 71 yards. Touchdown, Houston.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession two. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect.
Let's go!
Settling into this game here with their second possession.
We're all top, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. A give. This is Irving. Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. They put a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd down, Baker. A pass pulled in by Irving. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 2. Now Mayfield. Now screen set up for Irving. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. On the handoff, it's Irving. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. 3rd down coming up.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play...
Oh!
Best play call.
1st and 10.
What? Oh my god, dude. That shit was...
That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. To throw is Mayfield. That is caught back.
Wow.
Chris Godwin. Touchdown Buccaneers.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play call just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here's Pierce for the return. Now an opening past the 30.
Oh my god.
But he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. To throw here on first down. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And the Buccaneers will take over here.
Fuck.
Just shy of the 30.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Look at that. Wow.
Right side to Otten. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Baker to throw. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. To throw, it's Stroud. To the left side, caught by Schultz. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down. Here's Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Stroud.
Look at that.
To the sideline and intercepted.
Fuck, dude.
Offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep the score right where it is. I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. There's Evans. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. First down throw there is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He's got it about
Wow.
and they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Sudden change, so you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over. Now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield.
Oh my God.
What a job on the scramble. Keith, touchdown, Tampa Bay. His second.
Wow.
And both have gone for touchdowns. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will take a 21-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage here.
Fuck.
Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
That's complete to Stephon Diggs. Enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down for Houston.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Over the middle. He's got the tight end, Schultz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And this one blown up. Good surge. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Diggs. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down.
Oh my God.
It's incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. No easy completions. And this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Mayfield. All alone, it's Evans. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation. We're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Now, screen set up for Irving. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st down is Mayfield. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Over.
Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock.
This passing attack is proving to be a lot to handle for this defense, Mike, especially over the last couple plays. 4 plays, 4 passes, 4 first downs. It doesn't get much more efficient than that. And let's give credit to the offensive coordinator. Don't try to fix it if it ain't broken.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield.
Look at that shit. Wow.
They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. McLaughlin now for the extra He's got it. And the Buccaneers will open it up even further
Cooked.
here in this fourth quarter. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So, fire the cannon. It's a win for the Bucs. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched the shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory.
Horrible.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from Houston. Here's Pierce for the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. First carry for Joe Mixon. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Stroud to throw. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by DeMonte Casey.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's to the right side and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On third down, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's going to be caught. He'll get it inside the 20. And he is going to be out of bounds. They get the conversion with a gain of 22. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Darnell Washington. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after. And he misses the extra point. No good, and this will remain a 6-0 game. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Here's Stroud. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. A little closer. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Powering forward. He's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Play action. It's Wilson. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one. And down he goes. The shotgun. Wilson. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
Now on 4th down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This one runs out of steam off the crossbar and comes back. No good. And they will remain down by 1. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he will go all the way. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. In this case, the defense is thinking run, and a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. This drive begins with a run by Harris. Second and 7. Here's Wilson to throw. Here's a screen set up for Warren. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. He will have a Steelers first down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds Austin with the grab. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control. And
the pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He's got it at about the 8. He is in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Now, Stroud. This is intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, he'll keep this one on the ground. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 24. There to make the stop, the All-Pro T.J. Watt. So we have reached halftime here. It's a tight one, a 2-point contest at the pause. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They go play action with Wilson. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They face 2nd down and 7. Handoff from the pistol to Harris. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Derek Stingley Jr. off the edge makes the tackle. Third and 5. Now Russ. He's got his man. It's Pickens. They get 12 yards on that pass. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Play action. Now Wilson. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's into the end zone. Mike Williams. Touchdown, Steelers. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will up the lead to 5. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way back. 92 yards. Touchdown, Houston. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this, and they go back and get a score of their own.
Stroud comes to the line. The Texans going for 2. They'll look to throw. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Wilson to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And that is incomplete. They try to sneak a deep ball. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now toss, left side for Harris. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. That's taken in. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the 1st down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle him short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
They'll go right back to Mixon. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackle for the loss of a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. The give to Mixon from out of the pistol. And he'll get this just past the 45 as he's taken down. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. Here's second and 9. They'll drop to throw. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down. Crowd to throw. Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick.
At their own 12-yard line.
They'll come up for first and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That is caught downfield by Pickens. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
From the shotgun, Wilson. The second down throw is incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before third and long. Williams in motion. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Williams in motion. On first down, Wilson. He's got Fryermuth open on the left side. Here's second down. Wilson will throw again. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Again, Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So I still think there's plenty of time if they can get within shot of the end zone that they can go for a touchdown and try to win this thing in regulation. You always have a field goal try in your back pocket to at least tie the game and force overtime.
Another try, 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Boswell now for the extra point. And he missed it. It's no good. Wow, that could be costly because it is just a field goal difference. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. First and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. It's second down.
Yeah, shot there to take the lead with that big play. He's got an open receiver. He just needs to put it on him. And here in the fourth quarter, those critical plays mean that much more. And you just can't afford to miss open targets, especially downfield like that.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
He's got his man. It's Diggs. Now they burn the timeout. They're in that gray area. You might be able to get in 2 plays, but maybe just one left in this game. We'll see. Here's first down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll look deep here for Diggs. And that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on the final play, and the defense walks off the field with the victory for their team. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from Ford Field. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Right to the air. Here is Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. Out of the gun. Goff. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Stroud looking to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Inside handoff to Mixon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tackled by Emmanuel Mosley. So from the 37, here's a second down and 9. Stroud out of the gun here. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. We're scoreless after one. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll give it to Mixon. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Stroud working out of the gun. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Stephon Diggs from 8 yards out. And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Lions 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Stroud. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now third down and very long. Throwing now is Stroud. He's got the hook up with Diggs. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. And he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. As Stroud now to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, 67 yards. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the gun, here's Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Inside the 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Goff now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. Final play of the half, Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Oh, good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Texans. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg, rolling to his right. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Here's Goff. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On the ground, this is Williams. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darren Stingley picks it, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've read stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Once again, they run with Mixon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Stroud to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
He'd been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Detroit. 59 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. To throw is gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Now it's gone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They try to eat some clock and mix it. And that won't buy them much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. And Diggs has it. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field. Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Stroud. And that's caught inside the 30. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. And even 60 yards.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Mixon again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Stroud looking to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Texans 7, Lions nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the third. Right at the 30. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. Gone. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 9. Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions nothing.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Now Goff. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. On 4th down, Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Stroud out of the gun here. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Out of the gun, Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here's 2nd and 7. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Goff. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5. Goff now looking to throw. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Listen.
Back to throw, Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Now Goff. Flushed out right. This is caught. Touchdown! Sam Laporta as the first half is winding down. And the Lions have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Goff.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Bro, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11.
Goff now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They're going to go for it. It's Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is going to have the Lions first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Down at the 35. It'll be second down.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. There's Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Mixing up the middle. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kirby Joseph. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
The game is 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they had it there so close to the goal line. A chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming week.
There he goes, right side. He's got a full head of steam. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, 96 yards. And the Texans use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Gone. He's airing it out for Williams. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Flush to his right. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Stroud back to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Stroud looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. To a knee goes Stroud, and that is going to be all she wrote.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.
Lee, you still here?